Hello and welcome to Story to Satori. My name is Jahnavi Katti and today I'm going to take you through something different. It's called the anti-boredom game. So I am sure many of you are getting bored sitting at home. It's the lockdown and we are all fighting the coronavirus. So in a nutshell, let me tell you that I want you to experience a game which will make you to understand what boredom is and how do you get out of this boredom. Okay, are you all with me? Great. So I just want you to sit for 2 minutes wherever you are sitting, watching this. Maybe it's with your phone or on your laptop. So I just want you to sit without doing anything, and that is for 2 minutes. And I'm going to see my watch. And I'm going to actually tell you after the 2 minutes are over. And maybe I'm also going to remind you in between. So just sit without doing anything for 2 minutes. The time starts now. "15 seconds over." "15 more seconds over." "15 more seconds over." "15 more seconds over." "15 seconds over." "15 more seconds over." "15 more seconds over." "15 more seconds over. Okay. So, how did you feel? Let's see how many of you felt boredom. You can just raise your hand wherever you are. well, we are all isolated. We can't do it in a group, so it has to be done this way. So what are the sources of boredom? When there is no demand, and when there is a lack of demand, or when you are doing repetitive tasks, that is the time when you feel bored. Think about it. When there is no demand at all for anything, we have no demand, we don't have to go to school, we don't have to go to college, we don't have to go to office, we have nothing to look forward to, and we are feeling bored. So this is the source of boredom. And the repetitious tasks as well, like washing dishes, swabbing the floor, you need to do it every day, it's monotonous, there is no creativity. You cannot depend on anyone else. If you don't have a dishwasher, you have to wash it with your hands. You have to wash your clothes if you don't have a washing machine. So these repetitive tasks also produce boredom, and you feel bored. And how much will you watch TV? And how much will you watch the same news, same updates about the coronavirus? Even that could become boredom. And what about the media? All about the mobile, you are looking at all the updates, and that's also again a boredom because it's very repetitive in nature. Now, characteristics of boredom. What are the characteristics of boredom? How do you feel when you're bored? You suddenly start feeling feelings of hostility, irritation. You feel like escaping that boredom. You don't want to sit for a long time doing nothing. You don't want to do the dishes, you feel like running away from that place, you feel like throwing down that, the stuff and running away from the dishes. And your limbs become restless, you can't sit with that mobile, you can't sit with the remote control, keep change the channels, keep surfing on your mobile. So your limbs become very restless. You must have observed it, or if you haven't, please observe yourself when you're doing this, when you're getting bored. And definitely this creates low productivity if you feel, see, there is a principle called Pareto principle, which says that 80% of the work can be done in 20% of the time. Or another way of putting it is, work expands according to the time available. So what it means is, if suppose you were expecting a guest and you had just an hour to cook food, then you would not watch TV or you wouldn't be surfing on your internet. You would be quickly focusing on the dishes that need to be prepared, and then you'll quickly do it. But if suppose your guest is going to come in the evening, late night, that too, around 10, and it's morning 10, so you have 12 hours. So what you would do is you'll just plan the menu after an hour or so. You'll be lounging around, watching TV, and then think about buying some groceries. You'd go out. I mean, now of course it's not possible, but in the normal course. And then once you come back, you just dump them on your dining table, and then you sit back, again have a cup of tea. Afternoon, you start. Maybe you put the cooker, and then you prepare some dal and rice a little later because you want steamed rice. Or you would prepare the veggies and then think about preparing a sweet dish before and then do the other things. So your cooking goes right from morning 10 to evening 8. Around 10 hours are gone in just one task of preparing a meal. Whereas if you had just 1 hour, you would have prepared it in an hour. So that's again another limitation or characteristics of boredom is your productivity goes down when you have more time on your hands and you're feeling bored and you have no focus over there. And then you're thinking, you're ruminating, you have listlessly so many thoughts there. Your limbs also are not you haven't got the posture of a focused person. You're just lying down on the couch. You're almost becoming a couch potato. And then your whole mind also, when your body is not aligned to any goal or any kind of a fervor to do something in a fixed time, your body and your mind are always in rhythm. So your mind also relaxes, it knows there's a lot of time to do things, and you become so listless, and it takes a lot of time. So now, how do you beat this boredom? That's the whole reason why I'm doing this video for you. How do you beat the boredom? You can do two ways you can beat this boredom right now when you are in this lockdown situation. One is you focus inward, and one is you focus outward. And when you are focusing inward, how do you do it? You either do the walking, jogging, stretching. Now today I just got a received a video where you could do, within 5 minutes, you could do 5 things necessary to increase your muscle capacity, and also which increases your immunity. And it's a very, very energizing exercise, and which includes a kind of, stretching, lifting up your toes and lifting up your arms with your weights, and also walking up and down your steps, climbing steps. And then it's all about sitting and getting up. So these 5 things which I did produced, in fact, I was sweating after that. It was a rigorous 5-minute exercise. So you could do this maybe 2 or 3 times per day, and that increases your immunity because it increases your muscle power. Now, other things that you could do, focus inward, is daydreaming or visualizing. Now you have all the time to do daydreaming. I mean, what I mean by daydreaming is visualizing how you want your future, because you have all the time in the world now where you can just take a pen, paper, or even just lie down and visualize what exactly do you want in your future, or maybe in the present moment. How do you want to spend your time? And relaxing and planning. And the best way, I mean, any manager you ask, the best managers spend more time on planning and very little time in executing. But because when you spend a lot of time on the problem, your solution becomes so easy to handle. So the best of the managers, the best of the leaders spend a lot of time planning. And now is the time you can do a lot of plans, create those plans. And skill building. You can actually create and develop a lot of skills that you were all the time looking forward to, which you did not find the time to develop your skills. So it could be your communication skills, it could be your soft skills, it could be your leadership skills, it could be your public speaking skills, it could be skills like dancing, yoga. I mean, the list can go on. And what are the other ones? The focusing outward. Now, focusing inward is what we saw just now. Now, let's see what is focusing outward. Focusing outward is taking on responsibility, seeking more. Maybe it's like right now you are in a position where you never ever did the dishes, and now you're actually washing all the dishes. So taking on that responsibility and thinking it's an opportunity for you to actually take more responsibility and become free. The more the responsibility you take, the more the freedom you have. You don't have to be dependent anymore on a maid now. Of course, you can buy a dishwasher later on, but then even to put your dishes into the dishwasher, a little cleaning has to be done. So your time gets spent more creatively. You can have total independence. You don't have to wait and watch for the maid to come. What if she bungs? And then you will have a lot of time cursing her and then spending all this unnecessary time waiting for her, watching her, and then overseeing her. You don't have to. So taking on more responsibility, seeking more, and you can, if you are in a career, if you are in a job, you can look out for new jobs. Maybe, of course, the situation is going to be tough now. It is already getting tough. Or seeking more opportunities, thinking out of the box and seeing how you can utilize this time to see what your talents are, what is it that you can do better. And in this situation, when there is little control, instead of getting anxious, instead of getting depressed, instead of getting confused, instead of becoming negative, think out of the box creatively and create an opportunity for yourself, either in your new job or your new career, or if you're thinking of becoming a freedompreneur. I'm a freedompreneur. I can help you. I can help you to discover your creative niche. I have already got a course which I'm going to put it in the link below, and you can just purchase that course, and you can go through that. You will come to know what your niche is, and then you can actually become a freedompreneur. You can create your online courses and monetize. You can actually sell them and also earn passive income with them. So these are the ways, my dear friends, of using this time creatively in these periods of lockdown, and instead of feeling negative, instead of feeling listless and bored, as to finding ways of doing, how do I spend my time, how do I while away my time, you can actually see that those 2 minutes which became so heavy on you, you were just trying to run away from those 2 minutes. You couldn't sit for 2 minutes. When we started that exercise, it was becoming so heavy on us, and we could not figure out what you can do. But if you really see on the flip side, the 2 minutes you can do so much. 2 minutes is a long time. 2 minutes is a great long time. It took for me around 16 minutes, I believe, to do this video. I mean, I can go on, but that's how, I want to spend creatively, and I welcome you to become a freedompreneur, where you will know that you have got great talents you can utilize, and now is the time to become an online business person who does business online, because we are getting used to this kind of a lifestyle now, and we don't have to have that much of carbon on our planet. We don't have to create that kind of a there's so much of peace now. You can hear the birds chirping, you can hear so much of there used to be so much noise, but then now you can hear the birds, you can hear the stillness. We are all enjoying, but at the same time you can create a career and a business for yourself sitting at home, and utilizing the other time for building your health, for building your mental health, building your peace of mind, for building your business, and also becoming a creative person. So I welcome you, and so look forward to more videos, and till then, see you. Bye-bye.